November 2nd. My first sit of November. I had to work the last 2 days. Still pretty excited, reveling in our success getting DK down on October 30th. But really excited to bring you guys that story in the coming weeks. We have a southwest wind this morning, and it's actually about 20 degrees. It's really cold. It's a little bit warmer than yesterday, and the pressure's kind of coming down with this southerly wind. We're gonna have a couple days like this, but we've had a couple does work through the CRP in front of us just recently. We're on this 28-acre piece that I have that we replanted the CRP this year. But this backside of the hill that comes down to the river, it provides a lot of sort of seclusion for them, and this whole back edge of the field is lined by oaks, and so there's a bunch of acorns, and we've got the beans there. We're back in here trying to lay eyes on Rocky. I haven't had a picture of him in almost 2 weeks now. I'm a little worried he could be an EHD victim. Rocky on this little farm, I mean, he could be running off doing whatever, so difficult to know, but he's probably the best deer that I have pictures of this year, you know, that I'm most interested in hunting next. There's a couple other bucks out there. We're gonna spend the morning out here, and it's a perfect setup. We got this little red oak tucked in the corner, big ravine going down to the river, and our wind just blows right back over the river, so it's a really nice calling setup. And it's November 2nd, so you never know what's gonna happen. Well, it's a little after 10 o'clock now, and it's been a slow hunt. We haven't seen any deer since not doing that fawn early. I still really like this spot. I mean, it's a really good cruising spot. We're right here on the river, connects up a ton of cover. I think in years that I have good CRP right here, you know, a lot of does bed here, so it's even better. But we've got a lot of work to do, so we're gonna go ahead and pack up. I do wanna go check the pond and check the creek and just make sure that, you know, Rocky's not laying there dead. But I think we're gonna fly the drone too up and down the river, just kind of take a peek around. Got some camera work to do, some other stuff to get done, and then we'll come up with a plan for the afternoon, and we'll see you guys then.
You know that one,
They're liking this end of the 28 acres. We were saying that tree with the south wind, you know, we got to hunt on that end, but they love this little ditch. We just walked over here. There's fresh paw marks on all the scrapes, and that's 2 little bucks. They just come cruising by. Don't see anything all morning, but they're just running this end. I'm gonna move this camera. Okay, this scrape, this trail, and then this scrape. West.
You ready, dude?
Always ready.
Let's get him.
That's fun.
We have made the move to the River Bottom Farm. We're down next to the central timber. And we have this old farm lane that comes out of the timber and heads off to the ag fields. The neighbor cut the corn, or the majority of the corn, today. In fact, I just heard the combine stop running. I don't think he's quite done, but, and this whole lane is just littered with red oaks that have dropped tons of acorn. So there's been just piles of does right here. And last time we sat here, we saw over 20 does and fawns. This time of year in the afternoons, one strategy is to, quote unquote, hunt the does. And we've already seen, I think, 8 or 9, 10 does and fawns and one spike as we were getting set up. So we've had quite a few in the last 15 minutes just walk under us. The primary buck we're after is Fitzmagic. Talked about him last time we were here. He is, in my estimation, a 7.5-year-old buck. He's a 6x7 with, I think, 3 or 4 base kickers. I've had lots of encounters with him over the years. This is one of the spots that Fitzmagic has been coming out. He beds quite a ways in, and so sometimes he doesn't get here till after dark, but the farther we get into November, the better chance we have of catching him right here. We have a south-southwest wind. It's pretty warm. It's like 58 degrees. And we got here a little bit late, so I didn't want to go too far in there. And there's deer coming out this way. I think the fresh cut corn will help. And we got a little green food plot here that's oats and rye. And we've got the acorn, so 2 hours to go. We'll see if he shows up.
fun sit. Non-stop action the entire time we're there, and even after dark, they just kept walking out of the bedding area down that little road. I think we got out pretty clean. After it got really dark and we couldn't hear any more walking, we just slipped out of there. We left a stand in the tree this time. We're gonna have some south winds this next week, so gonna probably sit that again. It's such a nice spot. There's so many does right there that I think if we hunt there in the afternoon, we'll have a good chance at catching up with Fitzmagic. So before we take off, if any of you guys are interested in property down in Texas, our partners over at United Country Properties have a new property they're highlighting down in Texas, and you guys can stick around and check out the property highlight video. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Seldom does such an opportunity come along as this 140-acre tract in Grayson County, Texas. Not only is it an ideal investment model, but it's also home to some world-class whitetail archery hunting, and I do mean as good as there is anywhere in the country. Been owned by some sportsmen that have managed this place for decades for quality, mature whitetails. I mean, they're very picky about what they've harvested on this place. They've got years of trail camera inventory history, some really good current bucks. It's just a special place. The property also features 2 tanks that are roughly 2 to 3 acres in size. One of those is stocked with catfish. These tanks are excellent duck hunting spots in the winter. Grayson County has been home to 2 non-typical state records in previous years. And since 2010, more Pope and Young bucks have been killed in Grayson County than any other county in the northern half of the state. The people that live in this area, they're very familiar with the quality of animals and quality of genetics that are there. It's not something that's well known outside of the immediate area. There's some big, heavy frame, big mass kind of deer that you would typically see in Kansas. That's what makes Grayson County so popular. A half a mile from the southern border of this place is the future projected path of the Grayson County Toll Road. All of this land in this area is appreciating rapidly because of the expansion of the Metroplex in Dallas-Fort Worth. We're seeing that all the way up to the state line. The Hagerman National Wildlife Refuge, which is about a half a mile north, that's provided through the Martin Branch Creek, and that creek runs through the northeast corner of this 140 acres. The 140 acres sits 10 miles east of Whitesboro, 9.5 miles west of Sherman. It's 2 miles off of main corridor there, the Highway 82, and it's all paved access. So it's in a great location. There's a regional airport about 5 miles away, so you don't have to live here to enjoy it. If you want to stand on your own investment and have a place that you can hunt these kind of animals, the turkey on this place are phenomenal too, and all the while have your money growing, then I think this is the perfect place.